Imagine a world where mutation is the norm, and superpowers are both a burden and a blessing. In this universe, among so many comic book icons, a singular being emerges, Cyclops. But what does the Bible have to tell us about this leader of the X-Men, whose eyes shoot devastating beams? Get ready for a unique journey where we explore surprising parallels between superhero mythology and the timeless truths of Holy Scripture. This is a deep dive into the world of Cyclops, as you've never seen it before. In the Bible, we find many accounts of individuals who possessed unique God-given abilities and who needed to learn to use them wisely. Just like Cyclops, who has the ability to emit powerful rays of energy from his eyes, biblical characters were often endowed with special abilities, such as Moses with his leadership abilities and miraculous powers, or David with his prowess in battle and his musical ability. Just like Cyclops, whose powers can be both a blessing and a curse, biblical characters face similar challenges regarding their gifts and abilities. Consider Moses, a leader who was given the gift of direct communication with God, through which he performed miracles and freed his people from slavery. However, Moses also faced moral and spiritual dilemmas in dealing with this power. For example, when he acted rashly and injured an Egyptian to defend a Hebrew, he had to flee and undergo a period of self-exile before fully understanding God's will for his life. Likewise, characters like David, who possessed a unique skill as a musician and warrior, had to learn to submit their talents to the will of God. David faced the temptation of power and made serious mistakes, but he also demonstrated a deep devotion and trust in God throughout his life. These examples highlight the importance of submitting our gifts and abilities to God's will, using them to serve others and promote justice and love. Just as Cyclops needed to learn to control his powers and use them for good, biblical characters face spiritual journeys to understand how their gifts could be used in alignment with divine purposes. Cyclops, as leader of the X-Men, faces a constant challenge in balancing his destructive powers with his responsibilities as a protector and guide to those around him. His eyes emitting death rays represent not only incredible strength, but also a significant burden of responsibility. Just as he struggles to control these powers to prevent irreparable damage, we often find ourselves in similar situations in our lives. Cyclops' journey reminds us of the importance of seeking divine guidance and wisdom when using our own gifts and abilities. When we recognize that our talents are not just for our own benefit, but also for the good of others and to fulfill a greater purpose, we begin to understand the true depth of what we can achieve. Just as Cyclops must submit his powers to the purpose of the X-Men and the ideal of protecting humanity, we must also submit our gifts to the greater purpose that God has for our lives. By recognizing our dependence on divine guidance and wisdom when using our gifts, we can avoid falling into the trap of selfishness or destruction. Only when we submit our talents to the greater purpose can we truly manifest the potential for which we were created and contribute positively to the world around us. Just as Cyclops, alongside the X-Men, works to protect and serve humanity, we too can find meaning and fulfillment in using our gifts for the common good and the glory of God. If you like the content and want to help us continue, subscribe to the channel and leave a comment or suggestion about a book, film, series, anime that you want to see analyzed on the channel.